Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is the biggie. This is going to be the hardest I've ever videoed. I need you to say a prayer for me because I've never made a pie, rolling out pie crust in front of an audience, and I've made a lot of pies. I've just never done it for an audience. But this is one of my most important pies. It is my apple pie. So before we started, I did make my homemade dough. So I need the prayer to be, let it all roll out nice, not stick, and let's pretend like I'm a professional. I have never measured until today, as far as especially for my filling. I've done measurements for my pie crust only, but I know it by heart. So if you guys want the pie crust recipe that I find foolproof, I use my food processor. I use butter, real butter. I use all-purpose flour. The trick is to keep moving it around and flouring her down. I'm going to make homemade apple pie filling. That's where I've never measured. That is something that is going to be very new to me, but we're going to measure today, and I want to see by eyeball when I'm doing it if it's something. I don't want to screw up my pie the way I like it, so I want to make it the way I like it and my family likes it, and it's going to be hard to do for a camera, but we're going to try. So if the video doesn't come out good, I'm not going to post it, but who knows? I mean, how can it be bad? Everything in this pie is going to be delicious. So I'm going to call that, this is a cast iron. Usually I use Beautiful Temptations. This apple pie in this cast iron will come out absolutely perfect. It crisps, I don't know, it does something to the pie crust to make it, if you don't have one of those Tupperware silicone mats, you need one in your life. So this doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of crust, but it will be because I have a pretty big amount for the top crust. The bottom, I don't care what the bottom looks like. I care what the top looks like. And I care that it's real pie crust for this. So that's going to be perfect. I can already tell it. It's all butter. It's all butter. It's all bad flour. It's all going to be bad. Well, I'm going to try organic cane sugar and brown sugar instead of white sugar. But not that that makes a difference, because with everything else that goes in. Filling. Here we go. This is where I don't measure, but I'm going to try. The recipe that I was reading was saying 6 cups of apples. I have no idea how many this is, but I know that they're all going in that pie. So we're going to go with that. Then Lori would start just dumping sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, apple, or a little bit of flour. The recipe says 3/4 cup of white sugar. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm going to make my pie filling the way I like it. So I like to do half and half. I'm going to put a whole cup of sugar. It's going to have half brown, light brown. And then I'm going to try half of this organic cane sugar. And I'm going to see how it looks. I'll know by looking. And then the recipe says 2 tablespoons of flour. We're going to call this 2 tablespoons. I know, guys, I'm trying to do the measuring. Teaspoon of salt. What else we got? And this is where I put I like nutmeg. This recipe does say nutmeg 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm not going to measure. I'm going to know. And then cinnamon. I like my inside to be pretty cinnamony. What do you like? If I can get it open, that would be really good. Okay. I don't want that side. Tell me this cinnamon's not open. This cinnamon's not open. I guess I didn't realize I had 2 big giant cinnamons. So this recipe calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. You guys, I'm sorry. I'll know by looking. And then I'm going to stir her up and see. Sometimes I put lemon juice. I'm not going to do that today. Pray for the top crust. A little vanilla extract goes in my pie crust, and it goes in this recipe too. Now we'll stir this up. Are you able to see the apples? The flour is going to make it the thickening agent. And then I don't know about you, but this recipe does not say what I do next. I even wrote on here what I am going to do. See, to me, yeah, this is going to be good. I like to have every apple coated with sugar. I need more cinnamon for me. And I like, I don't know. Okay. I think it needs more sugar. I'm going to put another, I don't know about the organic cane, so I'm going to put like 1/3 of a cup of this organic cane. I don't know how that acts. I've never baked with it. This is my first. I just know that it's a better choice than the white sugar. And I'm going to make all these apples go in this pie, I think. Again, are we praying? I mean, I cut them beautifully. One just went on the floor. We don't want that one, but somebody might. Oh, this is going to be a big pie. I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet. You can tell why. I'll fix all the apples, and I'm getting every bit of this topping. So, as if this isn't indulgent enough. Now let me fix it. I actually judged pretty well making the amount. I didn't measure 6 cups of pie, or apples. I just measured what I thought goes in my pie pan. To be honest with you guys, normally I do a 13×9 apple pie with a crumb topping, so it's like an apple crisp. But I wanted to make a traditional apple pie. She's looking gorgeous so far. Oh, I almost forgot what I want to do. So, you can still see the pie. When I make apple pie, this is a Lorraine Willett. She would dot this with, we won't discuss that I just stepped on apples, will we? We don't want to talk about it. There was only 2 that went down there, but I crushed it. You guys, do you clean your kitchen before, during, and after Thanksgiving? Because that's about 4 tablespoons of butter. It sounds like a lot, but you guys, it does the magic. So when it mixes with the apples, the butter, the cinnamon, the sugar, I don't know, once a year. When I say a little on the lips is going to add to the hips, I'm not joking around. Now, everything gets out of the way. I mean everything. I'm almost done using cinnamon. I got a couple more things up my sleeve for tomorrow or Thursday. I did put salt in, I hope. I think I did. I'll know by the video. Did I put the salt in? You guys, you can't answer me. If I was live, you could. Now, my other pie crust. So, well, if I didn't put salt, there's salt in the butter. So, we're going to hope that I put salt in. I like a little pinch of salt in with my sweetness. My pumpkin pie has 1 minute left, so it's going to beat when it's done. Now, we're going to roll this one out. Move this out of the way. What a mess. What a mess. What a mighty fine mess. And I don't know if it's cold enough, because I didn't make it that long ago. Normally I make my pie doughs yesterday. So I gotta turn it. That's the trick. Keep turning her around. And I don't care about perfect. I'm not perfect, so I certainly don't expect anything I do to be perfect. But I want it to taste perfect. Does that make me bad? I'm thinking that's going to fit on there, but we're going to find out. And she's nice and thick the way I want her. Well, she would if I put her on straight. No! You guys. Let's get her work with her. I love her. When I tell you, there's nothing like a homemade, I moved the crust the way it's supposed to, a homemade apple pie. I mean, I know it's going to be good. So I probably could have done a little more dough because I made a massive pie. This is a bigger pie crust. Let me check my pumpkin pie. Nope, that's 30 minutes, not done. The center is still running, which is good. It gives me some time here. When I tell you this is going to be good, I'm going to clean off my edge, and I'm not done with it yet. I'm going to do an egg wash on it and some sugar. I put the mincemeat pie out over there to show Dave, and I should have showed you. I did the egg wash on it and the sugar, and it just is so nice. Do you do this? This is just a little added step. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But since I did the egg wash for the mincemeat, I thought I would do it for the apple. It's going to be so good. I would say, remember yesterday I said, I'm going to do half healthy, half not healthy. Obviously, this is the not healthy one. The pecan and the pumpkin are the healthier ones. So I am having a piece of everything. Maybe not all at the same time because I can't. Physically, I can't. But I do not restrict myself anything anymore. I have not gained anything. I've been the same weight. Trying really hard to stay the same weight. I'm probably going to lose weight in the next couple of months because I have a couple operations coming. And I'm going to not feel so great. And I'm not going to get my exercise in. But that's another story. So I never thought the day would come where I don't want to lose weight. But it's here. So I'm going to put a little sugar on this. It just does something to the texture of the top of the pie crust when the butter does its thing. Oh my God, it weighs a ton. Beautiful, beautiful. One more step my mother told me, always make a vent. So I used to try to do a design of something, maybe the cross. Just because you don't make a vent for the air to come out, it'll puff up. And there's my Thanksgiving apple pie from scratch. I'm going to try to write it all down. Love you guys. Thanks for bearing with my huge mess. Bye.